Frugal Force. This is Captain Frugal reporting for duty.
And this is Little Frugal.
And this is the very first episode of Frugal Rocks. This is going to be a monthly series. Every month we're going to do one of these episodes. And we're going to talk about the games we've played, the comic books we've read, right? And maybe some other fun stuff. Just in general, maybe things that we got during the period of time too. Things that you've sent us. We're just going to have a lot of fun. And I got some notes here so we can stay on track. So as I said, this is going to be monthly. My goal is probably have to be first of every month. Now this one's a little bit different. We're going to start off though, instead of just this month, because we're going to start at the beginning and it's going to cover previous month. This is going to cover 2019 just in general. So we're going to talk about last year. Sound fun, Little Frugal?
Yeah.
Last year was a good year for stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So let's talk about, this is going to be an interesting one. This might even be a big one. Video games we beat in 2019. I had to make a list. Look at all these.
Wow.
These are just the ones I can think of. The ones I can remember. So some of the games I beat in 2019. Dungeons & Dragons Shadows of Mysteria Arcade. I believe I made a video of that. D&D Tower of Doom Arcade. I believe I made a video of that. I think I made a video of most of these. WWE 2K11 for the Wii. I beat the story mode with several characters. House of the Dead 2 and 3. And you were there with me doing House of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't put that video out yet, but it was cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was so crazy.
Did you like it when the light gun games?
Mm-hmm.
I do too. I'm a big fan of light gun games. What's one of your favorite light gun games that we play together?
Fortnite.
That's not a light gun game. I mean the ones we hold the guns and shoot.
Oh. What? I don't remember.
How about Virtual Cop?
Yeah, now I remember that.
I know you like some of the... I haven't played them yet, but he has. The Resident Evil Umbrella ones, with the shooters. You were playing it with your cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I haven't played it yet, so we're going to have to do that together, aren't we?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I beat Batman Brave and the Bold. He's almost there. Snoopy versus the Red Baron. We beat that together. We both did it. So he beat that one and I beat that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was an awesome game. If you haven't checked it out, we did videos on that. That is definitely an underrated game. Superman Returns. I beat that on the PlayStation 2. X-Men, the arcade game. We both beat that. We did it for charity. That was on our charity video. That's not up there. It was just a live stream that we did. We played it, and it worked out great, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun doing that charity. We donated a lot of Alterna comics. Yes, look, I'm supporting Alterna comics. I'm probably going to be wearing different shirts to help support different things besides my normal Captain Frugal shirt on this. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we beat that together, didn't we?
Yep.
That was a lot of fun. That was a good arcade game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we turned around. We also had around $100 in donations, and then we matched with 20. The first 20 of that. So we went and bought, and he picked out, and his sister picked out, the American Dream picked out a ton of toys for kids, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah,
and we do have that video up. If you want to go check it out, you can see what some of the stuff that we brought. Us going through and buying the stuff. I beat Daxter for the PlayStation Portable. That's a nice little system. A lot of people don't, unfortunately, the Vita, the next one, didn't get a lot of credit. I think it deserved a lot more. Mortal Kombat 4 with several different characters. Hulk the Ultimate Destruction on GameCube. I've been looking forward to playing that one. I finally did. I couldn't believe I beat so many games this year. Usually I play games at night when I'm just tired out or I can't sleep and things like that. Must have been a rough year for sleep for me.
Yeah.
Dead Nation, that was a PlayStation 3 download. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Super NES, I beat that. Double Dragon on the Sega Master System, I've beaten that game on quite a few platforms. I do really like the Sega Master System port of that. It's a really good job of that. Spider-Man Web of Shadows on the PlayStation 2. I also have it for the Wii. I want to play them both and see which one's better. I'm pretty sure I know that the Wii one's going to be better. It's a side-scrolling one on PlayStation 2. It's actually like a same storyline, but completely different game. And the ending boss was not very good. Fight Night. Fortnite. I took first place in Fortnite, not Fight Night. Fortnite. I did beat Fight Night, though, I think, this year, too.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, on the Atari 7800.
Wait, I beat Fortnite 4 times in a row.
Yes, he did it 4 times in a row. We'll get to that when we get to your games that you've won. That's impressive. I only beat it once. 99 Vitas, we beat that. Pound It together. There's the one that we beat. Crossbow on the Atari 7800. Street Fighter Alpha, and that was on the PlayStation. No, I didn't beat Street Fighter Alpha on the PlayStation. I'm sorry, I beat it on PlayStation years ago. I beat it on the arcade, on our arcade stick machine there. Marvel Superheroes Arcade. Beat that on there. Green Lantern, The Return of the Manhunters, PlayStation 3. Half-Life 2, I finally played that and beat that. It took me years to ever get to it. I could see what all the hype was about. It's a great game. Killzone Liberation on the PlayStation Portable. I believe I made a video on that as well. Streets of Rage 3. Tired, aren't you? We're doing this a little bit late at night. Streets of Rage 3. That was a fun one. Sega Genesis. Dead or Alive 5 on the PlayStation Vita. Punisher the arcade game. Did that one too as well. And Lego Marvel Superheroes on the Xbox 360 with this guy. We did that one together as well. So you beat more than you realized this year, didn't you? So on top of that, let's talk about some other ones that little Frugal beat. His list isn't as big, but let's be honest, he hasn't had the years of experience that his dad has. Well, let's see. What have you beaten? You said you've beaten Fortnite
4 times in a row.
4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Got first place. Good luck. I don't know how you did that. I couldn't do it.
Oh, it's because I kept sniping him, and that person was so slow at sniping the first time I played on my Nintendo Switch, so I was able to snipe him because he was standing so still, so I kept moving when I was sniping, so...
People are standing still too much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Way too much, so I move so it's harder for them to target me, but it's easy for me to target them.
Awesome. He's also beaten Bending Nightmare Run on the mobile phones.
Yeah.
Right? And Simpsons Arcade. He beat Simpson Arcade with the American Dream. Him and his sister beat that together. And as I said, he's also beaten some games with me, as we mentioned previously. So we've conquered a lot of games. Pound it. Boom. Hey, you gonna leave me hanging? So this year we're going to start off, we started off already, and Little Frugal picked out of the backlog of games that I haven't beaten. These 2 shelves here are the backlog of ones that I haven't beaten, and he picked PlayStation 2 Superman Shadow of Apocalypse for me. And I tell you, there's a level that I am just stuck on. There's a reactor that's blowing. You got these cooling cells, and you got to load the cooling cells up. Got an itch? Scratch, scratch, scratch.
Yeah, I'm trying to get warm.
Oh, getting a little cold. We'll warm you up. Anyway, so we got these these water cells, and you got to get there through the flames. And I just missed it. I was like seconds away. It's like they tell you 10 seconds, and I'm flying up there about to land, and I failed. So I'm still working at that one. I'm getting there. So let's see here. That's great. So let's talk about, let's shift in there from that games now to comic books. Let's talk about just some of the games. We've read a lot of comic books, but we're only going to spotlight a few each time because otherwise it'd take forever. And what's one of them that you read, buddy?
Baron Rat!
Baron Rat from Alterna Comics. This is the ICYM version of it, but we also have the other version of it too. And I read this as well. A lot of fun. Great comic. You know what? What was it? The Baron Rat was left alone, right? By Mr. Crip. Mr. Crip left him alone. And so he decided he was going to go out and get cheese, right?
Yep.
You want to sit up for me? There you go. There we go. Yeah, it's good for you to be sitting up. So he's going to go out and get cheese, and it was hijinks of him trying to get the cheese. And eventually he gets it and gets back, but we don't give away everything on there. It's a short book, but it's an absolute amount of fun. Absolutely. Yep. You know, this Baron Rat's something I think they could do like on the Sunday comic strip. Every Sunday, have a 4-panel or 3-panel or whatever it takes to get the story done every Sunday. I think this would be a great character for that.
Yep.
Now, you gave a lot of these away at your school, didn't you?
Oh, yes, I did.
Was it when you were giving away, because we did a lot of different giveaways at his school, and one of the giveaways he did is you just brought a pack with a set of each one to his class, because we were going to give away for Halloween, but unfortunately couldn't because it was raining. And so he took all these, and he brought different classes. And which one did they tend to pick out first?
I forgot, but I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Crypt or Baron Rat.
Okay. So they were very high on the list. I know you said Psycho KO was taken a lot, too.
Yeah, Psycho KO was the mostly one who mostly got picking, and Mr. Crypt and Baron Rat.
Okay, so lots of them, and they loved them, didn't they? They were bringing them to school telling you how much they liked them?
Yeah, they liked it. Like, they were even reading it on their free time when they had time. They were reading it.
So there we go. Kids will read when you give them something they want to read. Another one we got to, we got a lot of stuff sent to us, and I think I'm going to spotlight some of that too more on the next video. Here's one I read as well, but I didn't read this copy. I got a couple copies. This is actually a signed copy of Soul Finder Demon's Match by Douglas Ernst. For the writing there, Timothy Lim did the artwork, and Brett R. Smith did the colors. And it's a really good read. Little Frugal didn't read this one. This is a little above his grade right now. So this is for me. I just smacked my microphone. Sorry about the noise. I'll get this right eventually. This is our first show. We're going to make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
We got Little Frugal slouching around, me hitting the microphone. Gotta stay sitting up, and I gotta watch the microphone, right?
Yeah.
We'll get this. We'll get this right.
Yeah, we'll get it right.
But this is absolutely great one. This is all signed, so I'm not opening this one. I'm going to keep that one special. Another one I read, Lisa, and I got this last year, was Asgard. I got 2 different books of Asgard. I read that. That was pretty good. The art's a really interesting throwback to 90s style of art, more like you would see during the 90s period, like an Image and things like that. It's different. It was definitely different when I normally read and things like that, and it was pretty good. It kept my interest there, and the artwork was, as I said, quite fascinating in how they did it. So very well done, and this is signed as well. So if you haven't checked that out, you might want to. The creator was Ben Jones. The writer and artist was also Ben Jones. So he put a lot of work in this. Coloring was Gregory Price and Edward Bolla, and the letterer was HDE. So another one, as I said, I got another one of Asgard. We have a whole slew of other ones. We'll start specializing those on other videos and just mixing them in because we go through a lot. Little Frugal didn't read those. Little Frugal, though, you read some Psycho KO, right? You've been reading that, the Baron Rat, the Mr. Crypt.
Dogman.
Dogman, you've been reading Dogman. That's been fun for you.
I read 3 of the Dogman books in a week.
3 of them?
Yeah.
Nice.
All of my Dogman books that I got for Christmas.
Awesome. Another one that I read too, a couple of ones from like the big 2, for example. I read Batman 86, and at Batman 86 they got a new creative team, and I think that was definitely a good direction. The previous creative team just didn't write Batman very well. Tom King didn't do it for me. Even the artwork, it wasn't bad artwork, it just wasn't the artwork I like to see for Batman. This new creative team, I think, is definitely working it well. Nightwing number 68 this month came out, and it looks like he's no longer. It's gonna be out with Rick and back with Dick Grayson, the original Nightwing name. Seems like he's starting to get that memory back. Dan Jurgens is bringing it back to where it should be, which makes me happy. And you know what? I think we're going to cut into something here because we want to talk about another issue, something way back. Captain America. We like Captain America in this family, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, Captain America was gone for a while until he's brought back. And none other, the Avengers issue number 4. You know what? I've tried to do an Avengers retrospective on this issue number 4 several times, and I just can't seem to do it justice. So I thought, what better way than introduce it into our monthly show and have a guy that also enjoys Captain America that might have something to say about it here.
Once upon a time, Captain Frugal had a series of videos he was making where he would spotlight an individual issue of a comic book. And one of the comics that he did was the Avengers, starting with issue 1. And he did issues 1, 2, and 3. And then, for some reason, it stopped. So for the better part of a year, I was needling him to do a review of Avengers number 4. I'm still waiting. So now, Cap's got a new show that you are watching now, and he asked me if I would like to give my thoughts on Avengers 4. I can't help but feel that he's going to ask me to come over and paint a fence for him too. So, what does Avengers number 4 mean to me? Well, first a little backstory. Captain America was, as everybody knows, a hero from the Golden Age that was not used initially when the superheroes were revived in 1961 with Fantastic Four. And about 2 years in, they decided to test the waters on the character by using Captain America in Strange Tales 114. But the twist was it turned out to not be him. It was a villain known as the Acrobat. But apparently that story proved to be popular enough to go ahead and use the character in Avengers number 4. And through the magic of me not being able to edit, this is the cover to that seminal issue. Now, as far as what that issue means to me, well, first I'd say, how important is that to Marvel in general? When Marvel did a book a few years ago, basically chronicling their history. The cover they chose was Avengers #4. It's arguably the single most important issue, not counting Fantastic Four #1 or Amazing Fantasy 15 that they've ever published. Now, as far as what that means to me, Captain America is one of those characters that when I was a kid, I really didn't appreciate as much then as I do now. Because, as a kid, there's always somebody a little cooler, a little edgier. Captain America, he's the one that would tell you to look both ways before you cross the street. He was just that guy that would tell you to do your homework. He was always the guy doing the right thing. And when you're a kid, that's not always what you want to hear. But after reading for decades and decades, and recently, as a matter of fact, I've gone back and read, several Captain America runs, and they hold up wonderfully. And you realize this character, he represents what a hero should be, and he's like the hero of the Marvel Universe. He's if there was somebody that other heroes would go to for advice, it would be him. If it were a character that other characters would go to for help, it's Captain America. Now, I said, my favorite comic book series of all time is the Avengers. If Stan doesn't decide to put Captain America in issue 4, that series may not have lasted long enough for me to start reading it at issue 149 and to have it be my favorite for decades. If it wasn't for putting Captain America in Avengers #4, there's no telling what direction the Marvel Universe in comic book form takes. So this book, this single issue, just led to so much through the years and decades, and to this day is one of the most, the most important, if not the most important single character in comics. And now, 50 years after reintroducing him into the comics, he's had a series of successful movies. He's he's one of the main characters of the movie universe. But as far as the comics, it all started, at least as far as the Silver Age goes, with Avengers #4. And that's why that book will always be important to me, and hopefully to you all as well. And thanks for your time.
All right, so the next segment we want to do is we're going to do some more of the stuff that we received that we've gotten. I already showed you some of the comic books we got. Those were gifts, by the way. The Asgard was a gift, and that version of Soul Finder's Demon Match were both gifts, and we're very thankful for everything that's been sent to us. We've gotten a lot more. We're going to spotlight some of that stuff from last year or the other months because there was just so much of it. But this one, we got a huge one here. Just a second here. Look at this one we got, buddy.
Oh my goodness!
Hey, look at it. They spelled frugal wrong. Look at that.
I know.
That says fragile. Oh!
That's what I noticed.
Oh, okay. So that means we just got to be careful with it.
Maybe they're just having fun with us.
No, fragile means you've got to be careful with it. It's breakable. So we got to be extra careful. So we're going to open this up, and we haven't opened it up to see what's inside of it yet, but we have a pretty good hunch. Now, when you're cutting with a knife here, we're always supposed to cut away from ourselves, but this is an awkward angle. I got to still be careful so I don't cut myself up doing this. Okay, there we go. Cut that one that way.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see what it is.
I tell you that I'm going to cut towards myself a little bit here just to finish that off. I'm just going to be really careful, though. Yeah, we're so grateful. I mean, to think that people would actually care enough about us to send us stuff. How awesome is that?
Very awesome.
And I tell you, the Patreon and the Subscribe Star hasn't really taken off for us yet, but the Patreon, it's been working for us. Excuse me. And we've been using that to help give gifts for others and things like that, right? We return that with gifts to the Frugal Force members. We use that to buy comic books to give away, to help promote things. It's just, your support has been absolutely nothing short of amazing. We use that to do some of our review materials. It's just been wonderful, hasn't it?
Yep.
I'm going to open this up here this way, so pardon me for cutting in there. There we go. Okay. Here we go. I got this open in the big box
Oh
bottom
my
here.
goodness. Can I
Sorry
do
about
this
the
part?
Well, you might want to be, look, this is, keep it covered and good. It is packed really nice with all this foam. All right, here we go here.
Are those marshmallows?
They are, but they're packing marshmallows. They're to keep things safe.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, now don't popping those bubbles now.
What?
Okay, let's see what's in this package. Be careful, I got the knife here, okay?
I won't pop them. I won't.
We probably reuse these, won't we, when we send somebody something?
First I gotta pop them before we do
No,
that.
that's what keeps stuff good, is not popping them, silly Willy. Popping them would ruin them. so anyway, oh my goodness. This is the B450 Plus gaming motherboard from Tough Gaming. Look at this thing, holy cow. We got a motherboard to put together for a computer. CPU AM4 socket and AMD Ryzen 2. That's awesome. Chipset AMD B450 chipset. Pretty cool. I'm sorry I got this cough here. This is going to be awesome for building a computer. Thank you so much. And there's more in this box. That's not it either. That's not all. As you know what they say. And that's not all. Let me throw this to the side here, okay?
Well,
What do we got here? I think I know what this is going to be then.
Yeah, I think I know what.
One of the things we want to do is get a better computer to be able to do, hopefully that's been our trouble. We're hoping it's not the internet. We're hoping it's the computer wasn't able to process well enough to do it as live streams quite as fancy as I wanted to. And so this is really stepping it up in the game and helping in that area. This is celebrating 50 years of innovation, the AMD 50 Ryzen 7, it says there. Holy cow. Okay. This is the processor for the thing I think computer says. This box includes an AMD Ryzen processor and thermal solution installation instructions and limited warranty. So this is the processor for the motherboard. That's awesome. There's more in here yet. Can you believe that? This is packaged really well. Really, really well.
Are you thinking?
See all this? This is there's something in here too. Is to keep stuff from getting broken. Oh, this must be, yep. Oh my goodness. An NX7600 GT. This is a video card. Yep, and there's your S-Video monitor outputs. Oh man. Yeah, that's gonna do some work, man. That is absolutely awesome. Look at that. Nice, cool. That's gonna do some work for us.
Definitely.
Sweetness.
Yeah. Sweet.
So that's the motherboard. We got a card, the processor, but that's not all. There's still more in this thing. See, these are the marshmallows he was talking about for packing.
Marshmallows.
Marshmallows. Do you like marshmallows? I'm not a big fan personally. I think you are though.
I love marshmallows.
Yeah.
I want to eat some right now.
Okay, this has got a couple things in it. I have a feeling I know what it is. Yep. This is Kingston Solid State Drive. This is a 460 gigabyte hard drive. That is not what I was expecting actually, so I was wrong. Gotta sit up straight for me. Okay, I don't want to knock anything over here. So sit still for me. Can you do that? Man, this person went all out. This person did for us. Okay, we got T-Force Delta RGB DDR gaming RAM. It's 16 kilobytes. 16 gigabytes. Got this cough too. 2 8 gigabyte sticks there of RAM. Wow, this computer's going to be moving. This is going to be able to play the games too. And another 460 gigabyte solid state drive. So it's got 2 solid state drives. It's going to have plenty of room for storage on there.
Oh, yes, it will.
Wow. This is just, I can't believe it. It's absolutely crazy.
I know,
There's something else in here yet.
I was not expecting this.
This is the Power Color RX 57XT 8 gigabyte 6 GDDR. Oh my goodness. 8 gigabyte. Oh, this is the stream processor. Goodness sakes, this thing is awesome. 8 gigabyte Red Devil Radeon 5700 AMD. This is going to be the card. This is a heck of a Video card. So there's 2 cards there. One's going to have different kind of outputs. This is going to have the HDMI output and other stuff, so we can hook it right to the big screen TV and make that a gaming machine and reviewing machine. Wow, this is going to be amazing. So that is just, wow, we can't, it's amazing how much support you guys are, how awesome you people are. We would not be able to do this without you. So we got the motherboard, the processor, RAM there, this card here too. So we're going to have 2 cards so we can do 2 types of output. That is just awesome. And of course the motherboard, that's, wow. That is absolutely amazing. And that's, I knew there was going to be a lot in that box. So that's why I said we'll break up to what we got last year over the next few months, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so sit up. It's good for your back. Quit slouching. That's one thing Little Frugal's got to work on. Tell him in the comments why he needs to learn to sit up. I don't think he listens to me. He keeps slouching and he doesn't realize it's bad for his back.
It's because it makes my back feel better.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Now, another segment we want to go into is questions that were sent to us. So I'm going to check my phone because just today I asked people, I said, hey, on Twitter, would you mind asking if you have any questions you want us to answer, let us know. And so I'm going to pull it up. Aw, there's a lot of nice stuff being said, by the way. Excuse me. So you got this one. It says, Captain Frugal, shout out to this guy right here, the heart and soul of Comicsgate. You think, and he's got some other stuff, but just, that was from this effing guy, and don't repeat that. He's a super nice guy there, though. You couldn't ask for better there. He's always super kind to me. So anyway, let's get to the questions, all right? It's just the support we get is absolutely fantastic. So anyway, I said, any questions that you want Little Frugal and I to answer this month on this monthly show, we're going to be recording tonight. So I just sent that out, and here we go. So it's for Little Frugal. Who would win in a battle between Thor and the Hulk? In your opinion, who would win? Thor versus Hulk. American Dream's not here to hear you, so. We know American Dream's choice.
I know American's dream choice would be, but my answer would be Hulk.
Hulk, and why is that? Any reason in particular?
Because he's so strong that he could probably get that hammer.
You think well, remember, you have to be worthy to pick up the hammer of Thor.
No, it wouldn't even hurt him, but his mighty punch would probably hurt Thor.
Oh, okay. So he says the Hulk. All right, so let's see the next question. Tell him to create okay, this is to you again. Create a superhero to insert into either DC or the Marvel Universe. What are his powers and which heroes would they hang out with? So first, come up with a superhero name.
Captain Luigi.
Captain Luigi. And what would Captain Luigi's power be?
He could turn bad guys into rabbits with his vacuum cleaner and turn them into ghosts and throw the ghost into the wall, then they'll disappear.
And would he be in Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
So he'd be in Marvel. And who would he hang out with in Marvel? Like, what heroes would he hang out with?
Every single one.
Every single one? Okay. Okay. The next question I think is to both of us, but probably mainly to me. Anyway, next question. How frugal does someone need to be in order to be called Captain Frugal? Well, here's the thing. You need to mind your money. You never pay full price, right? You don't pay full price, because when you pay full price, you're paying too much. That means you're not getting a better deal that somebody else will give you elsewhere. Just keep the leg down. Okay, sit up. Mm-hmm. You're paying too much. You could get a better deal elsewhere. And when you're spending too much on things, it means that's money that you don't have for other things and things that can benefit you. So the more cautious you are, like we do garage sales,
yeah.
Right? We do, during the summer, we do like swap meets, things like that. We keep an eye on Craigslist and other forms of media online to get things, and we find a good deal, we go and we pick them up. And sometimes what I do too is I'll have multiple machines, the same one, like I pick up an extra Xbox 360, especially if I know I could fix it up a little bit, or if it just needs some cleaning, and I'll clean it up, blow it out, take it apart, blow it out, clean the lens, clean the lasers, and all that, and I'll resell it for a little bit of a profit, and we turn around and utilize that money to continue to buy the next thing, right? And that helps support us and what we get. So pretty much, I mean, you look back here, we have a lot. We have more than what you see here too. But we've never paid full price for anything. Like this one here, Dead or Alive Ultimate on Xbox. It's Dead or Alive 1 and 2. And it was $1.99. We got that from Goodwill. So we watch what we get. And that's why we're able to get so much, is because we get it when it's cheap, right? Mm-hmm. We save our money and we work hard. So, thank you for asking those questions. We greatly appreciate it. So as we said today, we wanted to introduce this. Is what our videos are going to be. We're going to talk about the games we played during the month, maybe some things that we've received and gotten during that month, comic books that we've read, games that we're currently working on, or things like that, comic books that we're currently reading. I have a whole lot. I have a new Cyberfrog to read. I have just a stack of them to read that I'm working on right now. Even my backlog of older ones too. I know you're getting a little tired. It's about bedtime, isn't it? Yeah. And maybe spotlight a book or a game or something to have a little fun with it. One thing we want to focus on too at the end of this segment here is something our goal with this series, this video series, is just to spread the joy and the happiness of the community. It's too easy to have hatred and aggravation and fights. Sure, what superhero's going to beat up who's fine and things like that, but when we're throwing really truly hateful things at each other, there's only so much time in the world. Why spend it on hate? For example, one of the things I always tell you is, what should you do? Everything you should do is with what?
Love.
That's right. So when you talk to somebody, if it's just out of hate and it's not constructive criticism or something like that, I mean, constructive criticism's okay. Hey, you shouldn't be calling your customers that. You shouldn't be talking to people that way. It's not going to help the business. That's not good. But to sit there and just be cruel, I know some people do it. It's trolling, and you be you. You're allowed to do what you want. But our way is we just want to build a good community, and we're glad to have you as part of it, aren't we?
Yep.
Absolutely. So one of the things about our community, we want you to let us know, what games are you playing this month, in the month of January? And what comic books are you reading? We'd love to hear it. Maybe we'll get some good ideas for some more stuff for us to check out too, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so let us know in the comments below. Also, maybe send us more questions if you want it on next month's video, because these we just literally, I put a tweet out less than an hour before recording this video. So thank you so much. So next month, we're going to do more comic books, talk about more games, bring out more gifts that were given to us. Thank you so much, and hopefully continue to spread the joy, right? Mm-hmm. And until next time,
keep it frugal.
Thanks for sticking with me through this. If you don't mind and you enjoy videos like this, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe, and even bigger, hit that notifications bell, because evidently that means a lot. Also, if you find yourself in the position that you can help the channel and you want to, you say, hey, I like this stuff. If you don't mind, go down to the info bar down below. We have a link for our Patreon, which you can join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month, which gets you special posts that are only for the patrons. So sometimes I do Frugal Force videos that are patron only, or special versions of videos. I also do random Frugal Force giveaways where I just take a random person out there with a random number generator. It selects who it is, and I send them stuff, whether it be games or comic books or both, whoever knows. And sometimes I even just ask you guys questions or shoot up a message, and I greatly appreciate you checking those out. Also, if you find that maybe that's not for you, you don't like Patreon, we have it in the info bar as well, a Streamlabs link there where you can click on that and just give a one-time donation, and that helps the channel. All those proceeds are going right back into the channel to help Little Frugal and I and his sister, the American Dream, my wonderful little girl, and our family continue to have fun doing this and sharing this with you. All right, thank you very much. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you for all the ones who have stuck it out with me this long, and all the new ones that have joined on too. Thank you. We greatly appreciate it, and don't be afraid to leave a message in the comments section too. We love to read them. All right, thanks, and until next time, keep it frugal.